I feel like I've been getting bullied all year, you know what I'm saying? I took the easy way out. I don't deserve anything. I took the easy way out. Easy. That pisses me off because I ain't never had no easy way.
Are we underappreciating Kevin Durant and what he is able to do, Stephen A?
Absolutely. He's one of the greatest players in NBA history. We are underappreciating him, but it's his fault. It's not our fault. It's his fault.
Kevin Durant was never supposed to become the villain of the NBA. When he first entered the league, he was the easy superstar to root for. Fans saw him as basketball's purest superstar. But somewhere along the way, every decision he made started another argument. And yet what makes Kevin Durant's story so fascinating is that none of this happened because he stopped being great. It happened because Kevin Durant eventually stopped trying to become the version of himself people wanted him to be. And the price for that decision changed his entire legacy forever. Before the championships, before the burner accounts, before the bus rider debates, Kevin Durant was genuinely one of the most loved players in basketball. Back then, Durant felt different from the rest of the league's superstars. LeBron James carried the pressure of being the chosen one, Kobe Bryant had the intense killer reputation, but KD felt simple. A quiet scorer from Maryland who just happened to be impossibly gifted at basketball. And fans connected with that immediately. In Oklahoma City, the Thunder became the perfect young team to rally behind. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka. It felt like a group of kids growing together in real time. Durant especially became the face of that entire movement. He won the MVP in 2014 and gave one of the most emotional speeches basketball fans had ever heard with the "you the real MVP" moment. People saw him as genuine, humble, and different. But in the NBA, admiration eventually turns into expectation. Every season, the pressure grew heavier. Oklahoma City kept getting close, but never close enough. The 2012 finals loss to Miami hurt. And over time, Durant started hearing the same questions over and over again. Can he actually lead a team to a championship? Then came 2016, the season that changed everything. The Thunder were up 3-1 against the 73-win Golden State Warriors. One more win, and Kevin Durant would have eliminated the greatest regular season team ever assembled. Instead, Golden State came back. And suddenly, Durant went from being one step away from the finals to being remembered as the superstar who let the Warriors escape. But things were about to get worse. The Warriors themselves collapsed in the finals against the Cavs, and afterwards went looking for Kevin Durant. The best team in the NBA wanted him, and he wanted to win. But no one knew how much his image was about to change.
All right, Kevin Durant, let's start with the easy one. Why the Golden State Warriors for you?
I just felt like the fit was perfect. I felt like the guys complimented each other, and I feel like I compliment their games as well. And, the change of something that I was looking forward to. I just felt it was time for me to make decisions based on how I felt, opposed to making them based on how everyone else felt.
Kevin Durant had joined the very team that beat him, and the backlash was immediate.
Viewing it as the weakest move I've ever seen from a superstar. Plain and simple. That's just how I look at it. You depart for the team that beat you when you're on the cusp of getting to the finals yourself or ultimately winning the championship for the franchise that you've been with since you've come into the NBA.
Overnight, Kevin Durant's image completely flipped. He saw how people flipped quickly, and from then, he stopped trying to live according to people's expectations. Once Durant joined the Warriors, the basketball itself was unbelievable. The fit everyone feared immediately became reality. The Warriors turned into something the NBA had never seen before. Steph Curry's gravity opened the floor. Klay Thompson stretched defenses to impossible levels. Draymond Green orchestrated everything. And Kevin Durant became the ultimate cheat code on top of all of it. The result felt unfair. Back-to-back championships, back-to-back finals MVPs, some of the greatest basketball ever played. And yet, somehow, Kevin Durant still felt unsettled. Both players and fans always told each other that winning was the only thing that mattered. So, when KD finally won at the highest level, why did it still feel incomplete? Part of the problem was that the criticism never stopped. People constantly reminded him that the Warriors had already won before he arrived. They said Steph Curry was still the emotional center of the dynasty. They questioned whether Durant had truly earned those championships in the eyes of basketball fans. And eventually, those conversations got into the locker room. Questions about Durant's future started following the team everywhere. Was he staying? Was he leaving? Was this really Steph's team? Was KD fully invested long term? Eventually, all of that tension exploded publicly during a game.
The crafty Williams again, down to 3. Iguodala stayed down. That's almost an air ball. It ticked iron. They don't use a timeout at 3. Draymond at 2. They got to get a shot off, and they don't. It will go to overtime, which is still a win for the Warriors, but you would have loved to have had a shot to win the game.
I trust my sources on this one, and I'm telling you, Draymond Green said to Kevin Durant, essentially, you got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm not quoting there, I'm paraphrasing. You got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You're not down with this team the way the rest of us are.
That moment changed everything. Because while the championships were real and the greatness was undeniable, the connection just never felt complete. That is why his Golden State era feels so strange historically. On paper, it should have been the happiest stretch of his career. He played the best basketball of his life and won multiple championships. But there were always asterisks, and with his next decision, he sought to remove them. When Durant left the Warriors, people expected the narrative to reset after he joined the Brooklyn Nets. It was a chance to prove he could lead his own team again. But, like his OKC days, he only got so far and the team disintegrated. Then he joined the Phoenix Suns, then the Houston Rockets, but he never had any success with them. And from that point on, their criticism became even more personal. And that is because Kevin Durant started fighting back publicly. The burner account situation completely changed how fans viewed him. Suddenly, the quiet superstar who supposedly ignored the noise was revealed to be deeply online, arguing with random people, defending himself anonymously, and responding emotionally to criticism. For a lot of fans, that shattered the image they had of him. Then, the stories and accusations kept piling up.
Remember, he criticized Şengün, calling him a traffic cone, who can't shoot or defend. Can't defend. You're a franchise player, can't shoot or defend. That's way bigger issue than my turnovers.
He said that on his burner account?
He said that on his burner account. This is what he allegedly said about Jabari Smith Jr., saying, I can't trust Jabari. To me, a effing shot or get a stop. He's low-key the R word.
R word, yeah.
Yes. He's slow.
Yeah.
He also called the Rockets teammates crayon eaters, allegedly.
Now, fair or unfair, this completely transformed the public perception of Kevin Durant. You see, nobody debates whether KD is one of the greatest scorers ever. Nobody questions the skill level. From a pure talent perspective, Kevin Durant belongs in conversations with the greatest offensive players the sport has ever seen. But the conversation around him is rarely just about basketball anymore. Instead, it always circles back to leadership, relationships, chemistry, drama, why every stop in his career seems to end with tension. And eventually, Charles Barkley entered the conversation with the quote that would follow Durant everywhere.
Isaiah Thomas has a great phrase. He says, I'm talking about bus drivers, not bus riders. And Kevin Durant was a bus driver. And now he's on a bus rider.
I try to tell y'all, all these bus riders, they don't mean nothing to me. If you ain't driving the bus, don't walk around and talk about you're a champion. If you riding the bus, I don't want to hear it. Come on, Shaq, tell them. All these guys walk around with these championship rings. Hey, y'all bus riders.
And that criticism hit Durant differently because it attacked the one thing he had spent his entire career trying to prove. Eventually, Kevin Durant left Golden State because he wanted something that actually felt like his. Because no matter how incredible Durant played for the Warriors, Steph Curry was the soul of the team, and Durant just felt like an addition to somebody else's story. So, he left. Brooklyn was supposed to be different. It was supposed to be his own team, and for a moment, it looked beautiful. KD, Kyrie, Harden, 3 offensive geniuses on one roster. And then, everything started falling apart. Injuries destroyed momentum. Kyrie's chaos consumed headlines. Harden got frustrated and left. The chemistry never stabilized, and once again, Durant found himself standing in the middle of another basketball situation that slowly collapsed under its own weight. Then came Phoenix, another super team attempt, another fresh start, another ending filled with disappointment and frustration. And eventually, people started noticing the pattern.
And I really like KD, but this is now the fourth straight place that it looks like people are miserable at the end of it.
That's where the conversation around Durant became genuinely uncomfortable. And soon came the criticism that would define his career in people's eyes.
His biggest weakness of his whole career is the lack of the intangible stuff and the connective tissue that makes one a leader.
That's the tragedy of Durant's career. Not that he failed, not that he wasn't good enough, but that every new beginning slowly turned into the exact thing he was trying to escape from in the first place. And somewhere along the way, the conversation around Kevin Durant became bigger than the game itself. Kevin Durant spent his entire career trying to be himself in a sport where fans constantly demand superheroes, loyalty, and perfect narratives. And the moment he stopped following the script people wrote for him, the love started disappearing. But maybe that's the real price of being yourself in professional sports. People love authenticity until authenticity disappoints them. But then again, as Stephen A. said, it's KD's fault. And if you want to hear Chuck's opinion on it, watch Charles Barkley is Still Right About Kevin Durant next.